What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Lynette's Perspective. Thank you so much for joining me, and I appreciate you clicking on the video. I apologize for the late review today, but I just had so much going on this weekend. But anyway, I'm glad you're here. And for those of you who are new to my channel, I review reality TV shows for fun here because the world is a dark and scary place and we need to lighten it up sometimes. But enough about me. Let's get into the last episode of Ready to Love because it went down in the vault with the ladies, okay? It got really messy and really spicy. But before we get more into the episode, if you all could do me a big favor and hit that like button if you enjoy the content, and be sure to hit that subscribe button as well. Thank you so much. So the episode starts off with where we left off last week with those double eliminations, and guess who goes home? Well, it looks like Rocky is not ready to love, and Coley is also not ready to love. I'm really not mad at either elimination. I mean, Rocky had no real connections, and Coley only seemed to have a strong connection with Eddie, and she blew that at the block party. So on to the rest of the show. So Sahara is still sitting with Cam, who assured her she's safe, she's not going home, but Sahara is pissed, and she's over the whole process. And when we get back into the vault later on in the episode, we find out why. Because Fritz is apparently still texting her, which is confusing because last episode he was trying to get her sent home. And Sahara found out about it. So she knows about what, was being talked about in the vault with the men. So Sahara knows this Fritz is a joke. And I think she's sick and tired of feeling like she's the only one getting critiqued here. Like, he needs to be getting some of the flack as well. And y'all, at the end of the episode, Sahara gets called a liar and a manipulator. And when I tell you, that completely pissed me off. So I don't blame her for being like, you know what, I am so over this. But like I said, their reaction to her really surprised me. But let's backtrack a bit and get back to the start of the episode. So now that those eliminations of the women are over, Tommy tells them it's now time for a new challenge. The women are in control now, and the challenge is for each of them to pick a date. They must go out on a date with one of the guys that is not their top choice and someone that they don't really have a strong connection with. Because, Tommy says, the problem with the women is that they keep choosing the wrong guy. Is that right, Tommy? That's the issue? Okay. If you say so, so let's see how this goes. So first up is Deanna and Hussein, and they go out to a horse farm. And I thought to myself, Deanna is such an interesting person. We just find out so many interesting things about her. Like, I never would have thought that she enjoyed riding horses. I thought that was really cool. But then when I saw the way that she talked to Hussein on this date, and then the way she talked about Sahara down in the vault later, my feelings toward her quickly soured. Deanna and Hussein are clearly not a match. He was a good sport, though, riding the horses. But the conversation he had with Deanna was very confrontational and uncomfortable to watch. I mean, the man simply told her, I think you should make time for your partner regardless of your profession. And I agreed. I don't think the man was like, drop the child that needs to be saved from the burning building to answer my call. I mean, hello? He meant you make time for those that you love. And she could have been more receptive. Like, yeah, sometimes between, calls, we have a bit of downtime. I could call or text you back when I'm in the firehouse, blah, 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 for example. But no, she completely took offense to what he was saying and told Tommy down in the vault, Hussein was diminishing her profession and comparing her to somebody that answers phones. Ma'am, no, ma'am, that is not what he said. He said, regardless of what you do, you can make time to reach out to your partner. I really don't understand why that was so hard for her to understand. But then Hussein went on a date with Rose and things went so much better, and I was happy for him. I love the way Rose and Hussein both opened up to each other and talked to each other, especially about their childhoods. They seemed like a really good match. So next we have Tay, who invited Naeem to her house for a date, and it looks like she ordered some Chinese food and scooped it into this big bowl and then was trying to scoop it out onto these plates. And I was like, ma'am, I don't think he would have cared if he came over your place and saw the Uber Eats bag. But that was cute, though. Tay is so cute. Anyway, after eating that takeout food, they grab 2 glasses of wine and go sit on the couch where Tay leans back all comfortable and puts her feet up on Naeem. And I was like, oh, wow. I didn't know these two had this kind of chemistry. I never would have thought that, let alone thought that they were this familiar or intimate with each other. I was like, okay, this is interesting. And I low-key kind of felt bad for Francisco because I know he's really locking in on Tay. But then in the next scene, I saw him painting all over Shanice's tatas, and I was like, oh, yeah, he good. He all right. They're over there body painting, having a good old time. So then we go over to Tay and Francisco having this nice dinner date where she can't she can't even explain to him how to use the chopsticks. She's like, "You should be using the chopsticks here." And then she wasn't able to show him how to use them at all. That was cute. It was really cute. She's adorable. And they had a really nice date. Anyway, the chemistry obviously was strong, but I have to say, I don't really know what he can offer her. I mean, she's doing well in life and wants to get married and have kids. So what is he able to offer? And he says he's going to get things on track with her support. And I'm just wondering, well, what exactly is the plan, sir? What's the plan? I'm not hearing anything specific here. I'm not even really sure what he does. But Tay seems sold anyways, and they lean over and share this passionate kiss, and people even in the restaurant were like, "Oh, okay, oh wow." So they are definitely a match, it seems, and now things are starting to kind of come together as to who matches with who and who's probably going to wind up being one of the couples in the end. But we have 2 more bad dates to go. Rose went on a date with Fritz, and she wound up opening up to him like she did with Hussein in terms of wanting to, asking if he wants children. She has a son, but she's asking the same question for anybody she's interested in. Like, if you wanted to have more children, I don't know that I would be able to do that. How do you feel about that? And Hussein was open to adopting, but Fritz was like, what about a surrogate? And boy, she seemed completely offended. She was like, a surrogate? I'm not going to let nobody else, carry my child. I was like, whoa, okay. Seemed like you were pretty open to this conversation, but that completely turned her off. And it seems like, especially when they got in the vault, she just checked Fritz right off her list. Like, nope. Okay. Next, we had Eddie and Angie, and I really like how he showed up to the date bearing gifts. I thought that was very thoughtful. I especially loved how he bought her a couple of books. They seemed to be like they were a really good match at first, since they were both feeling each other at the cookout, but things then went quickly south because Eddie talks about wanting Angie to cook and clean, and she really wasn't too thrilled about that. But then it got worse when Angie talked about her having a male friend, and I guess they had tried to be intimate and it didn't work, so now they're just friends. They check in with each other, and Eddie's like, no, no contact. You have to cut that off. And Angie was like, I'm cutting out. I'm doing no such thing. Check, please. Absolutely not. She was like, he can't even call? Like, my friend can't even call me because he's a guy. Okay. Nope. So we get down to the elimination, and the ladies are back in the vault. So Kiara brings up Fritz for elimination because of the whole polygamy thing. And Sahara chimes in like, Fritz is wilding right now. He's texting me like we're all good when I know he was trying to get me eliminated last week. And he also told me that he was coming in here playing, not even taking this thing serious. And Shanice had the nerve to get in her confessional and call Sahara a liar and a manipulator. Excuse me. They got him on camera saying that, ma'am. He said he came on here playing with your silly self. And Deanna then piping up too, like she don't believe anything Sahara is saying either. Like she said Sahara is just here playing games. And I'm like, no, Fritz is here playing games. And what I think happened was Fritz got in Deanna's ear, got in Shanice's ear. It wasn't just the guys in the vault telling them, oh, get Sahara out of here. I know he was in their ear telling them bad stuff about Sahara so that when they got to the vault, because he knew she was going to, spill the tea and be like, oh, this is how Fritz has been behaving. So it's like he made sure to kind of turn them against her or put certain stuff in their ear, and it worked because they looked at Sahara like, ew, like, we don't believe anything you saying. You're a liar and you're just here playing games. I was so annoyed by the time they got down to the elimination dates. I almost didn't even care at this point. Just send Fritz home already. So anyway, Fritz sits down with Sahara and she confronts him about the guy's elimination last week. She knows he said not so nice things about her, and he just admits he was wrong because he's in the hot seat, of course. Then Sahara tells him he only reaches out to the ladies, sending out the bat signal when it's time for elimination. And I was like, no, Sahara, what you should have said to him was, I think you're not only getting in the guy's ear, trying to get in the guy's ear, and turn them against me, but you're trying to turn the ladies against me as well, namely Deanna and Shanice. And that was dead ass wrong. I'm sorry. Because clearly he's told them, like I said, negative things about Sahara for them to feel like she's just a liar and a manipulator. Like, ma'am, how do y'all even know that about her? Why would you just automatically take his side and not believe anything that she's saying? Fritz really thinks he's slick. He really does. But instead of finding out if Fritz is going home or if Eddie is going home, it just kind of cuts off. And Tommy is like, oh, well, we're going to return to the show in the summertime. So we're just going to take a hiatus right now. And I'm like, really? We're not even going to find out about this elimination until the summer. And they're supposed to be going on some retreat or something, according to the preview, like they always do. But we got to wait till the summer. Okay. Bye, Ready to Love. Please drop down in the comments and let me know what you all thought. Did you think that Sahara is being done wrong? Let me know. And I will see you all on the next video. Bye.
I know I can make it. Believe in yourself.